Hello, this is that one guy broadcasting from sunny Michigan, and joining me today is...
Caffeine Rage.
Aces! Okay, so in the last couple of episodes you saw us generally being awesome at trucking, me in particular. Rage, I don't know, he hasn't really been on my camera.
Well, if you're watching right this second, you're seeing me starting to load logs.
Are you using a crane or are you just at the lumberyard?
Crane.
There you go.
I mean, I could do the lumber yard because it's right here near me.
Yeah, but I mean, I think every single playthrough we've done crane.
I didn't.
Oh yeah, back in Volcano. No, what am I thinking about?
Hill.
A hill is just a really depressed volcano. Don't think that about that one either. Okay, yeah, so definitely that other C-Class truck we should avoid like the plague. Because this one is just chewing through this quote-unquote road, no problem. Should probably throw my headlights on.
Okay, that's a good log. It would help if I started my timer on time again.
It would, it would.
But I'm not too far off.
Okay.
Close enough for government work, at least, right?
You don't know the half of it, dude. I remember I had one time, I was looking over this thing for work, and without getting into too many specifics, I noticed that the form had a spelling error on it. Not the person filling out the form, which we were turning in to do some patenting stuff, which is why I really can't talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Also because I would get my ass sued, like, into the ground, something fierce. Where the fuck am I? Okay, anyway, I'm lost. Give me a damn second. Where am I? Okay, so that's where I need to go. But yeah, so there was a typo on the actual government form.
That's encouraging.
Hey, everybody's getting smarter every day. SMRT. R. What are you, some kind of vowel-using communist? I don't know. That joke was going somewhere, and then it didn't. Kind of like America's future. Oh, snap!
Remember, vote Trump. He'll set America back so far that coal is relevant again.
Generally, I don't like to discuss my political views on here, but with the coming election, I feel that I should become very open and transparent, because I have a political opinion, but I don't know if it's widely known. So, as you know, we've got Hillary, who owes God knows how many favors to how many people, and we've got Trump, which...
Well, let's just put it this way. Giant douche versus turd sandwich.
Yeah, basically South Park predicted this, but there is a third option, people. Voluntary human extinction. Starting with those two. Just kidding, obviously.
Don't you mean involuntary?
No, voluntary. I like the idea of both Hillary and Trump sitting down and actually agreeing on something, because that seems less likely than the voluntary human extinction thing to begin with. God, the weird part is, in the two-party system, as much as we say that there's a difference between the two, in America they're both pretty centrist.
Yeah. I would say it's slightly leaning to the right.
Yeah, in comparison with our European counterparts. Chemist, good to hear from you. Yes, I am forcing you to respond to this. Did you know that you live near Wroclaw? Yes, I did slaughter it on purpose. Why don't you tell us about the Polish company? Okay, thanks. And yes, I did link this to you in Twitter. God, I'm a nice guy. Alright.
Well, there's a reason why I forced Jared to read that letter.
Yeah. Alright, what am I doing? I really do need to move my studio into the same house as Mel's. The only reason I don't is A, because I don't have to pay for internet here, and B, I don't hog bandwidth here.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, what'd you do?
Loaded up everything, and it says my crane or my truck, my trailer is slightly out of alignment.
Okay, so here's what you do. Just throw it back into drive mode, drive forward until it straightens out, and then put it into advanced, and then load up your logs. I actually did the same thing.
No. You don't understand. The load... Okay. Thankfully, I didn't have to go too far because the load was already loaded.
Yeah. I think you and I are talking about the same thing. We're just not communicating too well.
Oh, like the American government.
I'll give 2 honks to that. God, I could only imagine playing this with a wheel and some pedals right now.
You know, there's an achievement that you could only get with wheel and pedals.
Yeah, that strikes me as kind of cool, but at the same time kind of shitty.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's something I'm gonna have to come check out later.
Okay, let's plot my route.
Yeah, so I don't think I've really talked about some of my previous jobs I've ever had. Because when I was in college, I had some money going towards college, but not a whole hell of a lot. Like, let me put it this way, Uncle Sam wasn't really willing to pay for the entirety of my college.
Oh, well, you need an education, right?
Yeah, God, I mean, why would you want somebody, you know, with knowledge of how nukes work and nuclear reactors to get an education? God. Shut up.
Yeah, you're supposed to sell those secrets. That's how you make money.
I guess. But at the same time, that increases the likelihood that a nuke would actually be detonated. And I do not find that prospect to be too engaging. As much as the Fallout games make post-apocalyptic, you know, post-nuclear warfare look like kind of the fun times, they use magic.
I don't know. I mean, the world seems a little shallow, and the questing seems kind of bland.
Yeah, and unfortunately, everybody's going to be dead by 60. Oh wait, no, they're not, because they use magical fairy radiation instead of actual gamma radiation.
Well, maybe if we let Obsidian write the post-apocalyptic wasteland, it's at least more entertaining.
Yeah, I am not a fan of what they did to the DC branch of the Brotherhood of Steel, I'll tell you that right now. And personally, I would love to see a Fallout game take place in Chicago. I think that would be a lot of fun. Also because there's a very real chance that my hometown would maybe be an area you could kind of go to.
Well, I've always seen a lot of people clamor for what is overseas. You know, like before Fallout 4 was announced, there was the poster going around of "God Save the Queen," and it showed a Fallout-esque London.
See, I think that would be interesting, but what I think would be an even weirder twist is if Fallout 5 was set in, like, Beijing, and Beijing was just fine, it was just a life simulator. But right, like I said, I don't really talk about some of the jobs I used to have. Yeah! Gee, alright. I don't really talk about a lot of the jobs I used to have, but one of them was actually driving like a flatbed truck for a while. And I did this in college to, pay for college.
Well, it was either that or stripping.
I don't know. My body's never been that great. I mean, I look kind of buff from the front, but then I turn to the side and the illusion's broken. Okay, so where's that other useless-ass truck? Because I do want to get my completionist on this map. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. God, there's just no good way to do this. Okay, anyways, so I used to have this job driving trucks. Sorry, I'll finish the story. And one of the trucks I was driving had probably the hardest clutch I've ever used in my life. And so what would end up happening is at the time I drove a manual transmission car. And so I would get used to like this clutch that you really had to step on this thing to get it to go. And I would be driving around in that all day, like 60 miles up and down the county, just all over the place. And then I would get in my car after I got done with work, and then about put my foot through the floor because my clutch was not even close to that tight. Okay, so...
Yeah, now, the other objective is going to be fun.
Okay. I have an idea.
Oh, boy. Probably the crossing that we took before?
No. No. Okay, so you see that Long Island that's the closest to your shore?
Yeah.
Okay, you see the...
Yeah, it looks like there's some shallow water between it and that major road.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking about doing is I'm going to grab my C255 from this branch. And I'm going to put a fuel cistern on it, because the K-Class truck just chews through fuel. So we're going to use the K-Class truck to ferry other trucks across.
I'm going to try to get that, go across that one crossing that we took before, just to see if I could do it with logs.
Well, that's not what I'm thinking about. There's not really like a road back there. Like that gets you back to the main road. We kind of had to trailblaze is what I was thinking. So like we could probably do the crossing no problem, but then if you wanted to like hug the shore until you got to a main road, that would also be viable. Where the hell is the fuel? Okay.
I mean, I realize that all the log kiosks here are pretty close to lumber anyway, but I kind of like using the crane.
Yeah, the crane is fun.
Especially on a gamepad. I mean, it is dead simple with a gamepad. With keyboard and mouse, you kind of have to remember exactly what you're doing. Gamepad, it's just, one joystick handles one function and one joystick handles the other function.
Sounds kind of like a SkyTrack.
Yeah. And I missed my turn off, so this may...
So I should start calling you Jared?
No, I'm trying to make a turn off, so...
Alright. So I think I've got my audio letter topic picked out for next week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I am sticking with that October thing, because I think that's going to be fun. Even if it's like shit that you've never heard of, or shit that you have heard of, or what have you. Oh, wow. Okay,
yeah, granted, we didn't really discuss the actual topic all that much, but...
No, but realistically, I'd rather... I guess I may have done a bit of too good of a job of explaining it, without leaving a room for you guys to really talk about things.
Yeah, so we ended up just talking about arcades.
Hey, that was entertaining, man.
still kind of hilarious that, the game room near me, they didn't realize that they were going to attract so many teenagers.
Well, yeah, I mean, you gotta think, the first Pong was installed in the bar. Okay, am I close to where I need to be? Yes, is the answer to that. So which crossing do we want to try?
I'll try the Long Island one.
Alright, you want me to give you an iced tea with that?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, I'm gonna go make you a Long Island iced tea. I'll be right back. But hashtag throwback to the first episode. I was kind of serious about that pizza thing. But it might be too late for pizza.
Oh, well, at least today.
Yeah. Because kind of what I wanted to do.
You're just trying to figure out where I live.
I know where you live. Roughly. Just based on several interactions that you and I have had. No, my point would be, I would have loved to call the pizza place at like the start of the episode and like between recordings or when you were up to get something, and then just in the middle of the episode have you just get a pizza. Why? Because like the $20 that it would cost me to do that would be so worth it in entertainment value. Alright.
And then you would start setting up so podcast recording night, I hear a knock at the door.
You're like, God damn it, another pizza, and then you find a stripper, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm kind of alright with this. And all of a sudden, podcast gets a lot sexier.
Podcast lap dance edition.
I would listen to that.
Just constant wickets.
Especially if you're chemists.
Please, my microphone could only get so erect.
Okay. Okay, where do I want to put this thing so it's out of the way? So I think it's public knowledge that Chemist and I did an episode together, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, if it's not,
well, it is now.
I can bleep it out. If it's not public knowledge, it should be, but
yeah, which I do. Which I think I'm going to have Jared edit me in to do the password for YouTube.
Sure, go for it.
Just because I think it would be hilarious, and I already have the word. Yeah,
right.
The whole password thing was just started off as just a joke. Just spur of the moment. Probably sleep deprivation, Because I assume I sounded very sleepy this week.
Not really more so than usual. I mean...
well, I was just tired, and I didn't really contribute to the game club this week because Jared kind of said everything that needed to be said about MechWarrior.
Well, for the record, I didn't really contribute either, but that's mostly because, I didn't play it.
Well, we're going to have to get you to contribute next time because it's going to be a fun one, especially for Jared.
Path of Exile? I don't own it.
It's a free-to-play. So
yeah, I don't have it downloaded. Also, it's getting a lot harder for me to, I actually have to book time in my week to get over to my computer. Oh, shit, that was my turn off. To get over to my computer. Is that my turn off? I think so. Alright, I'm not going to really mess around with the... Okay, hold up. I need to just double check that there's winch points. Ooh, I'm glad I checked that.
Is there?
There is not. Back to the garage with you. Okay, here we go. Grab her. Cabin protection. What the shit? Okay, I'll put on cabin protection. I don't care. Okay, so now...
Or you're not going to ride bareback?
What the hell? It's a sexy night. Let's do this. Alright, so now I'm going to throw it into advance and see... Okay, good. That did give me... It's so dumb. It's really dumb, actually. It doesn't give you winch points on the back unless you put them on there.
I'm going to try the crossing solo first, because why the hell not, right?
Yeah, are you at the Long Island crossing, or are you at the,
I'm headed towards the Long Island crossing now.
Alright, I will let you go to the Long Island crossing, before I, like, pull in there, just so that you have some room to get in there, because the road back there is a little bit squirrely.
Yeah, I see it.
Looks like a Waffen SS, S. Like a Lightning S. Or like Harry Potter's Scar, if you will. Because those are basically the same shape.
Are you saying something about Harry Potter?
Not really.
Because I'm pretty sure Amy would have to fight you. I mean, it's her obligation because she is British, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay, you're on a slightly different road. Okay, yeah,
well, I got several options here, so...
Alright, that's fine. I'm gonna... Whoa! Oh, jeez. Wow. There we go. Honestly, I don't think Amy's got the muster to take me on.
Well, also, she would have to communicate.
Also, she would actually have to commit to a fight time.
Oh.
Welcome to the shitting on Amy part of this video. Oh, yeah, that's super shallow.
Yeah,
oh,
so far, at least. Oh, ha! Take a little bit of damage, but... Oh, hang on. Now I'm in the deep part.
Yeah, I'm just watching you cross. Finishing my whiskey.
Yeah, river's pushing me downstream a little bit. Got it correct.
Yep. I see that. Just creepily watching you over here. So you're able to get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
63 out of 600 damage.
That's really not bad. Okay, so if that's the case... what kind of time do we got?
I'm at 22-ish minutes.
Okay.
So I should have enough time to get to the objective. Oh, and I'm going to pass right by fuel, so I should be okay. I was about to say, yeah, fuel may be a slight concern. Just because this is going to be a slow slog. No, don't flip. Turn into the flip.
Because if you're not having problems with it, I still have my K-Class truck over there in case shit gets real.
Yeah.
But I can go to a log kiosk. Oh, this one actually might be kind of short again. Considering we did absolutely fuck all in the first video.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I'm definitely facing the wrong way. Shit.
I mean, it's still going to be another video.
Yeah, it definitely is. Okay, so this. Whoop, nope. Well, that's about how I expected that to go.
What happened?
Flipped. Playing the all-time favorite drinking game, Flip Truck. All joking aside, I am probably going to need to get another drink between episodes. Like Gatorade or some shit, because I do actually have to drive tonight.
Well, I will say this game is a hell of a lot easier on a gamepad.
I don't deny it, it's just...
Considering I'm just creeping along at probably about a quarter throttle. And then I put the foot down whenever I'm stuck in the mud.
Yeah. Bring the hammer down.
Yeah.
By the way, the hammer is not my fists.
The hammer is Mahina's.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I wasn't feeling well, I was just sitting here probably Thursday morning. Or sorry, Friday morning, because I kind of slept through Thursday. Just listening to different Dr. Horrible sing-along songs.
Honestly, I can think of worse ways to spend a day.
Well, is it an ordinary day?
Yes. It's also going to a meeting with somebody in Tennessee, and they teleconference in and have absolutely no idea how Google works. And the sad bit is, they're the ones supposed to be getting me ready for a UAT position, which is a tech position, so...
Oh, this is bad. Okay, I'm gonna have to skip the fuel because the road to the fuel is rather ruddy.
Well, if you come back across the river, I have a fuel truck full up and ready to go.
I mean, I should be okay on fuel. It's just I was playing. In theory, I was playing it safe, but I wasn't counting on the road there to be so damn ruddy.
Well, I mean, realistically, you could probably just go do whatever you want for the next video, because I'm currently loading up right now.
Yeah. Yeah, but what about logs?
Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, well, that didn't work. When in doubt, nearly break a truck.
Well, that's not good. I think I'm slightly stuck, so I'm gonna have to go get another truck to pull this out.
K-Class is awesome.
That's what I was thinking. Ah, son of a bitch. I hate when I have a truck sitting at the garage. Yeah, yeah, basically what I was trying to do was cut a corner because a ret kind of forced me over that way.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, I got stuck. I mean, I could probably back it out, but taking the K-Class over would be a little bit safer.
And a lot more fun.
Yeah, because I didn't drive it last time.
It handles like a bulldozer.
Yeah.
Oh, piss the fuck right off.
Yeah, when you steer it, it's actually bending in the middle.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's just about time for outros.
Alright, give me 1 second. Alright, yeah, let's do some outros. this has been That One Guy and Caffeine Rage, and I thank you very much for watching.
Yeah, putting up with our bullshit.
Woo! Alright. I will catch you all